is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, February 18th already. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. Let's get right into it today, guys. Let's jump right in. Demi Lovato is laying it all out in a new documentary called Dancing with the Devil. In the doc, the singer, as well as her friends and family, talk about her ongoing struggles with addiction. It also looks at the moments leading to her 2018 drug overdose, where she says she suffered 3 strokes, a heart attack, and was left with some brain damage. Let's have a look.
I crossed a line that I had never crossed.
Are we talking about heroin? Are we doing that?
This was the best show you have ever done. It's just only going to get better from here.
Yeah. I snapped.
What's the address of the emergency?
TMZ reports the second.
Is she alive?
People are gasping.
Her oxygen levels are dangerously low.
I said, what do you mean she's gonna make it?
You're watching all of her blood come out of her body into a machine.
She was like, I can't see anything.
Ooh. I was in that, man.
I watched the entire trailer.
3 strokes, a heart attack, and brain damage, and to live to tell about it?
She's playing with house money right now.
That's
so
true.
She has an obligation to talk about it because she can help so many people, not only throughout America, but just so many people just throughout the world. Anyone with addiction.
Worldwide.
The transparency, it has to be therapeutic. Has to be therapeutic for her because she says she's had so much to say over the last 2 years. She wants to set the record straight. People think that these celebrities have to live up to some sort of image. They have to be so perfect with their lives and everything has to be going right. So the fact that she's coming out and taking that whole B Rabbit and 8 Mile approach, where you remember the movie 8 Mile, where he breaks it. He makes fun of himself. He's self-deprecating because it's like, what else are you going to say about me? Yeah, I had 3 strokes in 1 year. year, but I'm still here to tell my story. I'm a living testament of breaking those chains. So, I wanted to watch the Britney one, but there was nothing that wanted to bring me into the Britney Spears documentary. But after watching that trailer, I'm locked in for this docuseries.
And she's part of it, right?
Yeah.
The whole difference with the Britney Spears thing is someone else did it and Britney wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
Same with the Tiger Woods thing.
Yeah.
I like that she's telling her own story. That's who I want to hear it from.
Yeah, so way back yonder, I could have taken or left Demi Lovato. And then 2012, she did a tell-all documentary with MTV. And then it came to 2017, and she did a tell-all documentary again with YouTube. And when I watched the YouTube documentary that she did, which was she's never been one to shy away from her problems. She completely laid everything out on the table. She talked about her struggles with her eating addictions, drinking addictions, mental health, relationships, and she was so transparent and clear that that's when I fell in love with her. And I couldn't believe how beautifully honest she was way back then. And she was saying how she tried to overcome her struggles with addiction by being very regimented with her diet and her exercise, and she felt that she could remain in control that way. And then sadly, a few years later, I mean, that was only in 2017. So I assume it was filmed in 2016 because it takes time. Yep. Obviously, 2020, she's had the most awful year. She also got engaged to someone. We saw that splashed all over the newspapers, people saying, how could she be so silly for that situation? I really feel for it. But she was told it when she got submitted to hospital with the latest problems that she had with drugs and drink, that she had 5 to 10 minutes to live. 5 to 10 minutes to live, and she says all about that in this documentary. And what I liked about her last time was in the YouTube series, she said filming that and being so honest and showing how hard it was for her to stay clean and stay focused helped her for the following few years. And so I pray, obviously she's had a really big scare this last couple of years. I pray that this helps her continue to move onwards and continue with her healing. Yeah. And as you guys said, this is going to help so many people. Yeah. And it's also, you'll like this, it was produced and directed by the guy who did Justin Bieber's Season. So it's going to be a classic.
He's in Jepsen.
You know what? I glanced over, I saw Elton John was in there. And that, I mean, what better spokesman to talk to someone like Demi Lovato, right?
Exactly.
Intriguing. All right. Kendall Jenner is facing backlash after she launched her tequila brand earlier this week. Kendall recently shared a video sampling her new 818 brand of tequila, which she has been developing for the past 4 years, something she's been working on. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. The liquor has even won world tasting competitions, but that didn't stop the haters on the internet. Of course, one Twitter took issue with the labeling of the tequila 818, that's an area code of Calabasas, California, in case you didn't know, and surrounding areas, calling it a gentrification of Mexican culture. Okay, I know a lot of companies that represent like 312 beer. Anyways, keep going. Another person, she said she didn't like the idea of white celebrities taking from local Mexican artisans and profiting off their traditions and agricultural business. So for the record, George Clooney, Joe Jonas, The Rock, Adam Levine from Maroon 5, they all have tequila brands too.
I mean, I think this is a case of internet trolls just going too far.
Yep. That's where we're at.
I understand sometimes there is cultural inappropriation, and I think the campaign that she was going to release, which was her in a field surrounded by Mexican farmers, might not have been the best choice. Yeah. But I think a lot of people here are hating because she's a Kardashian, and I think particularly the Latinx and the Mexican cultures are unhappy with this. But I think we need to put this slightly into perspective, and if you're going to go this route, you better look at every single thing you drink. So Don Julio is owned by a British brand. That's not Mexican. Bacardi also own multiple different tequilas. I can't even say, I don't drink tequila, so is it
It's delicious.
Tequila Calzador?
Casamigos?
There's
Casamigos is George Clooney.
George Clooney,
yes. Yeah, they own so many. If you look at Jay-Z, he owns a champagne. He's not French. John Bon Jovi, he's from New Jersey, and he has a Hamptons named French wine. So where do we draw the line at this? We're just going to cancel everything?
We draw the line when it doesn't meet our standards, right? If it's someone I like, hey, good for you. If someone's I don't like, or something that I don't think is appropriate, or I'm just hating myself that day, then by all means, they write whatever they want on the internet. But it's taking everything, it's taking the meaning and purpose out of this new woke, quote-unquote, culture, and I hate even saying
But how come for all the men it's okay?
Because people are hijacking this whole woke culture, because what's going to sell, what's going to bring attention to your brand, your magazine, screaming some sort of racism or appropriation. Like it's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yeah.
Like you're continuing to cry different things. Where I know real racism when I see it. I know appropriations when I see it, especially within the black community. But you're seeing these media outlets trying to use, oh, what that person said was racist. Oh, what they did was, we're getting to a point where I don't think it's going to stop, but a lot of people are going to turn off.
And then when real racism or something like that, or appropriation. Yeah, I don't know. I should spit that out. Tries to have everyone be like, oh no, whatever. That's just trolls. And then it's like, no, this time it was real. Like you said, the boy who cried wolf.
Well, the same distillery produces over 60 different tequilas, so you better boycott them all because they're all going to be terrible.
I do want to say this though for Kendall Jenner. Had there not been the haters, maybe we wouldn't have done that story. But now I know what 818 tequila is.
I know what 818 tequila is.
So good for her. I'm gonna go check it out. For all those haters out there, I'm gonna be sipping on it this weekend. Coming up on DBL, Charlene Tilton from Dallas. She's telling us what it's like working with the legendary Larry Hagman, and ESPN's greatest of all-time athlete photo gets slammed with Serena Williams and Simone Biles nowhere in sight. Did women in sports get snubbed?
Oh.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. Did we just see Serena Williams play her last match last night? Serena lost yesterday in the Australian Open semis to Naomi Osaka, where she waved to the crowd as she left the court. Now, many are speculating that she may be retiring. She was asked about the defeat in this emotional press conference. Let's watch. Saying it was not an ideal outcome or performance, but it happens. She told fans she was forever in their debt and grateful to each and every one of them. So quick comment on that, Brandon?
Man, looking at, I know those tears. I know those tears.
Yeah.
I think she's going to walk away.
All right.
Because we're moving on?
Yeah, well, they want to get this story, but, finish your thought on that.
Because when I retired from the CFL, after playing football my entire life, growing up in a football household, when I retired right there after a 2-a-day practice, I went up to my coach. I just started bawling, crying, because I knew it was over. You can get away with faking it when your body goes a little bit. You're a mega million-dollar athlete, you get the top treatment. But when your mind and your heart isn't there anymore, I know what those tears were. I felt those tears right there. I think it's a true
athlete, man, from a true NFL athlete. All right, speaking of sports, we wanted to get this story. And gymnast Simone Biles is not happy with ESPN right now because of this image celebrating the greatest athletes of all time, or GOATs. It features many male athletes like Muhammad Ali, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, Tiger Woods. No dispute. I think they're all GOATs, right? But in response, Simone Biles tweeted, "There are so many women I can think of that belong in this photo, yet there are none." Others noted that the image does seem to include one. If you zoom in, can we see that? Yeah. There's Serena Williams, your girl.
Okay.
I think someone put her in their post photo. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But Simone suggested many more female athletes that were overlooked, like Katie Ledecky, Alex Morgan, Lindsey Vonn, Megan Rapinoe, and more. So what do you think of ESPN leaving out so many women in this season?
I think it's really outrageous. I think it's absolutely crazy, and good for Simone. I mean, she herself, like you said, cannot be overlooked. 30 world championships and Olympic medals, 23 of them being gold, and she's not there. And like Serena, why was Serena's superimposed afterwards? That was like a sly little, let's put one in. All
right, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Name 3 top athletes that you know. Go.
Venus, Serena, Simone Biles.
Bowl. You would never, if someone came to you on the street and said, "Give me 3 top athletes," no one would ever. You would be like, Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. If I caught you off the spot, you would not say Serena Williams unless we were talking about it. Not saying she doesn't belong on the GOATs list. She definitely does. That's not what I'm saying. Absolutely. But if you ask anybody quickly off the street, give me 3 athletes, they are going to name those guys.
But I think mainly because, I mean, this is me. I'm not super sporty. We know this, right? I'm not. I don't watch the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I still admire. There's lots of women that are they're fantastic. I mean, geez, I don't understand why they're not there.
They dropped the ball on this one. You made it look like Serena Williams photobombed the Bros Club that was going on right there. Now, had they said oh no, that was just the men's edition. Next month, March, is Women's History Month. We had all-female GOAT image as well. That's one thing, but to Photoshop her in there like that,
that was really bad.
I would like to know the ratings too on who watched the Super Bowl and who watched Serena Williams' match yesterday at the Australian Open.
It was at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I'm sure the numbers are really huge. Tennis is a global phenomenon.
Coming up on DBL, Dallas star Charlene Tilton. She's sharing behind-the-scenes secrets in our special series, Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now?
For decades, humans have imagined little green men and saucers flying down from Mars. Science and space exploration have yet to prove they exist, but NASA's newest rover, Perseverance, is set out to prove that there was life on the red planet. First, it has to go through the 7 minutes of terror. The rover will have no help landing from Earth because of the radio signal lag time. Once safely on the surface, the rover will head to the site of an ancient lake for its first mission. Perseverance will search for microfossils, proof of life, and collect samples that will return to Earth by the 2030s. Tagging along on the mission is Ingenuity, a helicopter that NASA will try to fly on Mars. If it stays airborne, it could change the way scientists explore in space.
Welcome back to DBL. Dallas remains one of the most popular shows ever. Sometimes 90 million people tuned in to a single episode. Earlier, we caught up with a star who helped make it a hit, Charlene Tilton. Check out our series, Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now?
Anybody home? Hello.
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it's nice to see you, too.
You guys, there she is. It's Charlene Tilton. So we just watched a scene between your character Lucy and JR, played by Larry Hagman, of course. Yeah. You called him Uncle Larry. How close did you two become? I know that you guys were pretty good friends.
Larry was a real force of nature. There's nobody like him. The minute we met, he had a big sort of bread truck thing that he would drive around in and had champagne, and he was the life of the party. He always kept us all together. So he was amazing. He was a real father figure to me. I learned a lot from him. One of the greatest actors ever.
Yes.
Absolutely. Charlene, thanks for being here. I just wanted a quick question from you. You were one of the youngest characters on Dallas, but you almost didn't get the part because you were so young. Tell me about that.
I was 17. I had read in Dramalog, a magazine where they were casting for the part of Lucy Ewing, and I read the synopsis of the show and the character description, and Barbara Miller, who was a wonderful casting director, she has since passed away, was casting, and she had put me in 8 is Enough and other shows, and I snuck into the studio to Warner Brothers every day for about 2 weeks and went to the office and begged them, don't try it now because security is too tight, you won't make it in. But finally, after 2 weeks of bombarding, she finally said, come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They would not give me a script to study, so that day I was supposed to come in. I went at 1 o'clock when I knew her and her assistant, Irene Mariano, were going to be at lunch. I went into her office, rifled through her desk, and stole the script and went and worked with my acting coach, Jeff Corey, and came in and did my audition at 5 o'clock that day.
That is bold.
I love those stories.
Dude, that's
those
bold.
are my favorite. Those are my
props.
I mean, that's how television works. It's just like these crazy stories about how things went down. And like, Charlene, honestly, talking to you is really talking to a part of my childhood, because I'm from the era where there was just one TV in the house, and my Aunt Marilyn watched Dallas more religiously than she went to church, and she was a church-going woman. So I have seen you, like, you have no idea. So I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna wear a 10-gallon hat in honor of you and Larry.
It's a good look, buddy.
Let me put some black man swag on there.
Now see, yeah. If you would have been on the show looking like that, Lucy would have been all over you, honey.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
In fact, so we had Patrick Duffy on the other day, and he described Lucy as his very words were, sleeping with everybody, including the family tractor. I don't even know what that means, but I know. But Charlene, I wanted to ask you, when you were out and about in public, did you ever have any fans think that you were exactly like your character?
I am so petite. I'm only 5'2", and for some reason, when fans would come up to me, because I'm petite or whatever, they would touch me and grab my face and my hair and touch me, where if they would come up to Victoria, because she's, got this elegance and beauty and this elegance to her, they would come up to her and love her, but they wouldn't like grab onto her and, So mine was very different. But people were always so nice and they still are.
Well, you are a rock star forever and ever. Charlene Tilton, thank you so much for being here. Albert, oh my gosh, I can't. Charlene, thank you. We'll be right back. Thanks, Charlene.
Love you and blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Earlier, Steph showed Tori some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, Steph, what do you have for us today?
First up, I've got the perfect item for this cold time of year. Check this out. It's the Green Tech Pure Heat Wave Heater. So this heater is the perfect way to heat up any small space in your home. Look at it go. Perfect for an office on a cold morning. So normally this is as much as $79, but we've got it for only $44, saving up to 44%. Next up, it's the 72-pack Harry and David individual coffee cups. These convenient single-serve cups make it easy for you to brew a delicious cup of premium gourmet coffee right in the comfort of your own home. It's made with 100% Arabica coffee bean and it's compatible with all Keurig K-Cup brewers. Normally, it's as much as $48, but we've got it for only $19, saving up to 60%. And Tori, this Pure Sonic USB rechargeable oral irrigator water flosser is the perfect way to do just that. And it also massages and stimulates your gums to improve circulation and stay healthy. Normally, it's as much as $60, but we've got it for $25, saving our viewers 58%.
Everyone, you know you're supposed to floss, and everyone knows they don't want to floss.
Yeah.
This is the 2021 way to do it.
I know.
Brilliant.
Lastly, it's the Diamond Muse 1/10 of a carat diamond pendant or earrings. This is gorgeous. This necklace and earrings are both 1/10 of a carat diamond and made of sterling silver. Okay, well, normally it's as much as $105.
Oh my Lord, okay.
We've got real diamonds for $19. Saving up to 82%.
Oh, I love good savings and diamonds. All right, everyone, head on over to morningsave.com to snag seriously these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph.
Ooh, Oriole Irrigator and Diamonds.
I was going to say Valentine's Day may have been and gone, but that is a steal. Get it for next Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Sweet deals. Sweet deals. DBL's new every day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place.
DBL.